Hello everyone, I am Meenu Chaudhary from DAV Sector 14, Faridabad. Friends, as all of us know that metals have been put to different uses since early times. In fact, early civilizations like Copper Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age was dependent upon the discovery of metals and their usage. This has become possible only by studying the properties of metals because the uses of any materials depend upon their properties. So in this video, I am going to discuss the chemical properties of metals, like how metals react with water. The topic has been taken from the chapter Metals and Non-Metals, class 10th. So let us start. So before I start explaining the topic how metals react with water, I want to ask you a very simple question. Suppose there are 5 children. These dots are representing 5 children. They are asked to run and reach a target. What do you think? Will they reach the target at the same time? The answer is quite simple. No, definitely not. Because they will run with different speed. Depending upon their speed, some of them will reach the target very fast, whereas others will take time to reach the target. Same is with metals. When metals are made to react with water, they will also depend upon their reactivity. So they will react at different speed. That means their rate of reaction will be different. For example, now potassium, sodium and calcium. These metals are highly reactive metals, and when they are made to react with water, they can react with water even at room temperature. Here cold water means water at room temperature. No heating is required. Then if we talk about magnesium metal is less reactive than above these 3 metals. So it will need to react with hot water. It will not be able to react with water at room temperature. Now consider these metals: aluminium, zinc and iron. They will not even react with hot water. They will need steam for their reaction. And further, these metals like copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum, they are very less reactive metal, so they will not be able to react with water. So we have observed that depending upon the reactivity of metals, the conditions of the reactions are also changing. Now one by one we are going to discuss what are the observations when these metals react with water and what are the products formed. So let us take first of all potassium metal and sodium metal. When they will react with water, both of them will form their respective hydroxides. Potassium will form potassium hydroxide and sodium will form sodium hydroxide, along with the liberation of hydrogen gas. And these reactions, they are so exothermic, so much of heat is produced in the reaction that the hydrogen gas liberated catches fire and starts burning. So what will we observe when a piece of potassium or sodium metal is put in water? We will observe burning due to burning of hydrogen gas. Now let us discuss the reaction of calcium with water. Calcium will also be able to react with water at room temperature. It will also form its hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, along with the formation of hydrogen gas. But in this case, heat produced is not sufficient to burn hydrogen gas because its ignition temperature is not attained. But an interesting thing happens that this calcium metal starts floating in water. The reason being, bubbles of hydrogen gas stick to the metal surface and along with the gas, calcium metal also comes up. Now, magnesium metal. When magnesium metal is made to react with water, it will also form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Again, the heat produced is not much so that hydrogen gas attains its ignition temperature, and again the burning will not occur. But like calcium metal, magnesium metal also begins to float in water. Now, the reaction of these three metals, aluminium, zinc and iron, which are reacting with steam, they will form their respective oxides. Aluminium will form aluminium oxide and hydrogen gas. Zinc will form zinc oxide and hydrogen gas. And iron will make actually mixture of two oxides of iron, iron 3 oxide, in which the valency of iron is 3, and iron 2 oxide, in which the valency of iron is 2, and they are represented as Fe3O4. So Fe3O4 is a mixture of two oxides of iron, iron 3 oxide and iron 2 oxide, and of course hydrogen gas will be liberated. So what do we conclude now? We conclude that when reactive metals react with water, they form metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas, whereas when comparatively less reactive metals react with water, instead of forming metal hydroxide, they form metal oxide and hydrogen gas is liberated. Moreover, the conditions are also different. Reactive metals will react with water even at room temperature, whereas comparatively less reactive metals will react with water either on heating or with steam. And these metals which are least reactive, less reactive than hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum, they will not be able to displace hydrogen from water because they are less reactive than hydrogen, and therefore no reaction will take place. Thus, based on the reaction of metal with water, we can arrange them in decreasing order of their reactivities like this: potassium, which is the most reactive one, then sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc and iron. And below iron, metals like copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum, which will actually not displace hydrogen, not react with water. So that is all for today's video. Thank you.